Hi there, Justin Schultes with Carson Wealth. Today I'm joined by Josh Fulgarino,
How's it going?
also with Carson Wealth. And today we're going to talk about Roth conversions. This is something we come across quite a bit in our office with our clients. So first off, who is this for? So this is for anybody that's looking to get some tax diversification, look to get some of their money from traditional IRAs over to Roth IRAs. You might think, okay, why would we do this? Okay, the reason we do this is from a traditional IRA, once you turn age 72, you are required from the government, called required minimum distributions, to start taking money out of your traditional IRAs. Okay, but if we can move some of that money from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA before age 72, you don't have to take required minimum distribution. So for those that have a lot of pre-tax money saved up, traditional IRAs, we're trying to avoid this tax bomb out at age 72. Josh, why don't you dig into a little bit? When would we do this? What's kind of the sweet spot for Roth conversions? And then who would we typically do this for?
Yeah, so the sweet spot for doing this is typically for someone who is in a lower income year earning years now than where they think they will be in the future. Or sometimes it's also for those individuals that are looking at their pool of net worth, looking at their income, looking at next generation of who's going to inherit the money, and they're also their earnings, which makes it kind of even more complicated to look at. But generally speaking, it's those who are in lower income earning years now than where they think the future is going to be going for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to think of a sweet spot for a lot of people, maybe between retirement age and age 72.
Yeah.
Just because, again, age 72, you have to start taking out distributions. Some other kind of broad reasons why it's, generally speaking, a good time for Roth conversions. You can consider doing a Roth conversion when the market's down. That's because if the market is depressed and you convert, do a Roth IRA conversion, you're moving those shares from a tax-deferred account over to a Roth account where you're pulling it out tax-free. We're hoping to get the recovery and the stock appreciation on the Roth side instead of the IRA side. Also, generally speaking, tax rates are historically low right now. We know that unless we have new legislation, tax rates are going to go back up in 2025. So generally speaking, good time to do Roth conversions there. So how do we actually execute this?
Yeah, so the way you're going to execute it is you're going to work with your advisor, whatever platform you're using. You're going to be taking the money from a traditional IRA, traditional 401k, rolling those into a Roth. And when you do that, you accelerate the tax and pay it today. So depending on what tax bracket you're in or what tax bracket you're hoping to stay in, you're going to take out that amount. Ideally, you want to pay the tax from your savings account or non-retirement dollars.
Yes, that's a great point, Josh. So why is that? Why couldn't we just pay the taxes as part of the conversion? Why do we want to pay it with separate money?
Yeah, so if you pay it from separate money, what you're doing, or if you're paying it from the dollars inside the account, you're leaving less dollars that you've converted in the IRA. So there's less dollars that get to grow tax-free. They'll get to be utilized for that. So the main reason you want to do it outside of the IRA is that way you can let more money grow tax efficiently versus using your IRA monies and then taking a cut from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Basically, we're doing a dollar for dollar conversion, right? So if we take $50,000 out of the traditional, we want $50,000 to go into the Roth. Just know that you're going to have a tax bill at tax time, so you want to make sure that is covered with your bank money or other resources to cover the tax bill.
Yeah, and generally speaking, again, everyone's life is going to be a little bit different. Generally speaking, that whole idea of paying the tax now, the break even is about 14 years. Now, obviously, if you're like really low income now versus what you'll be in the future, it's going to be quicker. But generally speaking, it's a 14-year break even.
So how about we talk about how does this impact the next generation? Okay, so if my kids or beneficiaries inherit an IRA versus a Roth IRA, how does that impact Roth conversions?
Yeah, so January 1, 2020, this went into effect where if you inherit an IRA where someone passes away after January 1, 2020, and you inherit those monies inside an IRA, you have to take those out over 10 years. Now, you can take out a portion every year, or you can wait till the 10th year and take out the whole entire account balance. And that's with any IRA, Roth or traditional. Well, if you do that in a traditional IRA, every time you're taking dollars out of that, you're going to have to pay ordinary income tax on those monies. And then if you wait all 10 years, so if there's $1 million inside that, you take 100,000 out every year, or you take $1 million out all at once, that's a lot to pay taxes on. So when you inherit a Roth, you still have to take it out over that 10-year time frame, but that allows you as the inheritor to leave it in there, let it grow over those 10 years, all tax free, and then take it out at the 10-year mark and not pay any tax on it.
Yeah, this is a huge planning topic when we're talking about passing on generational wealth. You're kind of setting up the next generation for success.
Yeah.
Because the other thing we see is a lot of times when people inherit a large IRA account, well, guess what? They're in their peak earning years, right?
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you got to take out 10% of your parents' IRA for the next 10 years. That could bump you up a tax bracket, increase your tax bill. So when we're doing Roth conversions, it's not only beneficial for you as a client, it's also beneficial for your beneficiaries down the road when we talk about, passing on multi-generational wealth. So very important topic. So thanks for joining us today. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and family and hit our subscribe button for our YouTube channel. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Thanks.